We finally at Bioshock Infinite. By the way you look at the main menu, they improved a lot. You will never see this in the last two titles. If I want to review this game in short, it will be... Holy shit. The first two Bioshock was quite dark, quite dull, quite horrific. Very sadistic. But the third one, so the long one you have to watch until the end. But the only thing is there will be a change of reviews and spoilers, because right now the shorter one I give it a 10 out of 10 because of this atmosphere. Because when I say spoilers, that means I will talk about the story, the gameplay, and everything inside the game. Not really everything inside the game, because some of it I might miss it, because I need to spend a lot of time if I discover everything inside the game. So, here we go.
Are you afraid of God?
No, but I'm afraid of you.
The game starts with the generic quotes of the day, and it almost like B-movie intro.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly.
Then of course, every Bioshock intro ever. Then finally the game. Now, the same as before, you are at the lighthouse, just like the Bioshock 1, and...
He's not moving!
He will, eventually.
I suppose he does.
Okay, that's a good mechanic. Maybe that will resemble why Bioshock Infinite was called Bioshock. But fly on top the sky? But the atmosphere is quite nice, so I give them a pass. After using the code and going up the sky, then you are greeted by those church guys.
Enough! If the prophet had
Stop.
just led us to the new...
That's great.
Is it someone new? Someone from the Sodom below? Newly come to Columbia to be washed clean? Will you be cleansed, brother?
Let's end this or turn around and get back on that rocket. Might as well get it over with.
Hey. I baptize you in the name of our prophet, in the name of our founders, and the name of our Lord.
How does that work?
I don't know, brothers and sisters, but this one doesn't look clean to me.
Then it goes to the flashback, then teleport you to the place, I think. I don't know, Colombia.
That idiot priest needs to learn the difference between baptizing a man and drowning one.
Most of the few minutes are just exploring only. Then that one kid, that one single kid, warned us about the telegram thing. It just shows don't pick ball number 77, but you just can't
Sorry, no sale.
pick the other ball that is not number 77. So what do you get? Fucking combat.
Wait! It's him!
Now, where'd you get that brand, boy? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass false shepherd?
I was about to give the game a negative one review because of this option that is so useless that I want to explain why. But then after searching in the internet, I finally found out why. So okay, after the combat introduction that is bullshit, we met these two annoying couple that I met them in the opening of the game. It's kinda... what you think?
Told you. I never find that as satisfying as I'd imagined.
Chin up. There's always next time.
I suppose there is.
Then there is Comstock, a priest who can control any soldier in Colombia.
Stand down! Stand down!
And want to get rid of Booker, who made a lot of bad things in the past, so that's why he called Fourth Shepherd.
Okay, I'm sure I can get this thing going.
The Lord forgives everything. But I'm just a prophet. So I don't have to. Amen.
Amen.
Crazy son of the bitch want to kill himself.
Jesus!
So why Booker in Colombia anyway? It was just to save a girl, also a specimen, whose name is Elizabeth. She has the tearing power. Oh.
Whoa!
Is it close? And they both escape from Colombia together. Just think about any Disney movie you ever imagine.
Hey! Knock it off! Stop it! Will you stop it?
Not here to hurt you.
Who are you?
My name is DeWitt. I'm a friend. I come to get you out of
Get
here.
away. Are you real?
It almost like that. After escape from Colombia partially, they met the annoying couple again. Then there is these two things I don't really know what it's for. To be honest, it's just a apparel to Elizabeth, so that doesn't impact any game whatsoever. Then do you know the option that is so terrible that I just now want to downvote the game? Well, it's here.
Do I know you?
Back at the lottery, without you, we wouldn't have gotten away.
Daisy always said somebody like you would come along.
Then there is the First Lady airship where we want to escape Colombia. Then I do not know that he is acting when I play the game. When I watch it, wow.
I'll take one, please.
2 tickets for passage to the First Lady airship.
Certainly, sir. Sorry about the wait!
And it's just the same as before. It just impact a little bit in the game. Just a cutscene different only. So yeah.
Kill those people. I can't believe you did that. They're all dead. You killed those people.
Elizabeth,
You're a monster.
This girl is just
Let me see your hand. What happened back there? It's not the last of it, is it?
I don't know.
There.
By the way, right hand using a weapon when your hand is injured, does it not feel pain? Nah. Game logic.
I suppose I best get used to it. You know, read a thing or two about medicine. Do my best to keep you supplied with remedies.
So now you helping me. Wow. Why the hell you escaped just now? Then there is late. I don't remember any part of it, but I do remember spare him.
You're a tin man now! A tin man!
And take the shot jockey. Apparently, the short jockey is for the elevator, which no one cares about. Then, of course, Comstock strike. Oh fuck. Comstock strikes again.
Once he has what he needs, he will leave you alone. What else could you expect from a liar and killer of women?
Comstock.
Father, prophet, whomever you are, I'm leaving and there's naught you can do to stop me.
Oh, sweet child. That's where you're...
After the combat with the Comstock army, and they're having a Q&A.
When you were unconscious on the beach, you kept repeating a woman's name. Anna.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pried. Where are you from, Mr. DeWitt?
New York.
What did you do there?
Business much like this. Something that really caters writing on a resume.
It was a fine thing you came along when you did.
How do you think I ended up here? I gambled, and now I owe money to men you don't want to be in debt to. I come here to pay it back. Me busting you out, what do you think that was? Charity?
Who sent you?
Somebody who was willing to take my marker in exchange for you.
So, looks like they call you the false shepherd.
And you the lamb.
Let's not call each other that.
Suits me.
How do you figure they'd know you'd be coming?
Either they've got a prophet on their side,
Har har.
or them that hired me also wrote the signs.
Why?
Got me.
Then of course, this shit happens.
I want to see Paris. I want to see everything.
It's up to you now. There's no one...
Wait, what is that? 40 north by 74 west. That's not Paris, that's New York.
How did you know that?
One thing I had in that tower was time, Mr. DeWitt. Time to study things like geography.
I owed money. And there's a fellow who... He offered to wipe away my debt in exchange for you. Come on. Hey, Elizabeth, it's gonna be okay. Come on. Everything's gonna be okay. Will you just turn around and talk to me and we can...
This one's awake.
So you're this false shepherd we've been hearing so much about. Caused a mess of trouble at the raffle.
You Fitzroy?
Nothing but.
I got no quarrel with you or your Vox Populi. This is my airship you're hanging me out of, and I got perilous need of it.
Really? Cause it sure look like old Comstock's airship to
Listen,
me.
I ain't looking for a fight.
There's already a fight to win. Only question is, which side you on? Comstock is the god of the white man, the rich man, the pitiless man. But if you believe in common folk, then join the Vox. If you believe in the righteous folk, then join the Vox.
My ship.
And the Vox shall give her to you. But first, you must help the Vox. Down in Finkton, there's a gunsmith who can supply weapons to our cause. Get our guns from him, and you shall have your ship back.
Oh
shit.
Here
we go again.
Then we have to chase her again.
Hey! I'm slipping!
Do not attempt to follow me, Mr. DeWitt.
Elizabeth, I've made an arrangement to get our airship back.
You can get us out of here.
Yes, I just need to supply enough weapons to arm an entire uprising.
And where will we get these weapons? From one of our many friends and allies?
A gunsmith in Finkton should be a walk in the park. What do you say, partners?
You're a liar, Mr. DeWitt. And a thug. But you're also my only means of reaching Paris.
You heard it. We have to find the gunsmith every single time. I feels like the game trying to extend longer and longer.
Booker, it's Slate's locker. He must have worked here. This is my mother's diary. Why would Slate have it? My husband claims the child was created from whole cloth by divine will. I am a believer, but I am not a fool. His bastard shall not be raised under this roof. My mother, she had me locked in that tower.
Elizabeth.
I just want to get out of this city. Please.
Then of course, the gunsmith was not here. Of course, why the fuck not? Then, he's dead. God. Come on. Then, these two show up again.
Dead is dead.
What the hell did...
I see heads.
And I see tails.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Why are you following us? Who sent you? Comstock? What do you want?
What do you see here, from this angle?
Dead.
Listen.
And that angle?
Alive.
Booker. Chen Lin.
The body's gone.
It was never here.
It's another Columbia.
A different Columbia.
The same coin.
A different perspective.
Heads.
Tails.
Dead.
Alive.
We have to go through to this other Columbia, but how?
It's like riding a bicycle.
One never really forgets.
One just needs the courage to climb aboard.
If we go into this tear, I don't think I'll be able to bring us back. Are you sure you're ready?
Then we have to get to another world, blah blah blah. You know the drill. Just need to find him.
Mr. Lin? Chen Lin? Excuse me, Chen Lin?
Who are you? You speak up! Speak up! Can't hear you over all these machines! Very loud!
What the hell? No machine!
Well, your husband is a bit out of sorts.
If he could work again, maybe if he could work, he'd...
Mrs. Lin, can you tell me who took your husband's tools?
Goddamn police! They took them and locked them up in the impound in Shantytown.
Midway in the game, I love this part.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? Is a better home awaiting in the sky, in the sky?
After made to the tools, fucking hell, the tool is too big, and they use the chair again. But there is a good part and the bad part. The good part, some of your teammates is your team temporarily, which I don't really fucking know. He become the hero. So the bad part, this nosebleed happen. That's where you fuck up. I will tell you at the ending later. At the gunsmith, they dead once again. So what they do next? Find Daisy Fitzroy and fucking kill her. Not him, by the way. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
I guess it runs in the family.
So that's where the clothing change.
Elizabeth.
Because she tries to forget the moment she killed her.
What?
How do I do what?
Forget. How do you wash away the things that you've done?
You don't. You just learn to live with it.
New York or Paris?
Fuck. I haven't explained the part where I escaped with Elizabeth from Colombia. The bird was at the Tower of Elizabeth where we rescue her. She's coming.
That's not it.
Certainly is. Is.
Fuck. Why?
Here you are.
Why at this time?
Stop it! You don't know what you're doing!
That is not it.
Ha! There it is.
You've done it now. He's coming back. He's coming back.
The notes were correct.
The instrument was not.
One needs both to get his attention.
But if you know how to sing to him...
He will take you where you need to go.
Who are you?
We are where we are needed.
And needed where we are.
So Comstock uses these songs. Are there others we can use? Something to keep the bird off our back?
Perhaps you should ask the maestro himself.
So where is he? Of course.
Booker. That's Comstock House. If we're gonna find him, we should start there.
The Vox are coming! We need to leave the dock! We need to push off immediately! The Vox are coming!
Where are these people going?
Wherever the Vox Populi ain't.
Death to the oppressor!
Of course, the combat.
Can't find anything!
I saw something once when I first got here. A dream. It was New York, but larger than any New York I ever saw. It was burning.
None of the prophet's magic is rubbing off on you.
On the way to Comstock House, Elizabeth realized something about this tool when they appear.
They, well, at least she, invented the technology that allows the city to float.
Giant balloons.
Quantum particles, suspended in space-time at a fixed height.
So, not giant balloons?
But the thing is, my book said they disappeared several years ago.
I told you they'd come.
No, you didn't.
Right. I was going to tell you they'd come.
But you didn't.
But I don't.
Are you sure that's right?
Something tells me they're not exactly what they appear.
I was going to have told you they'd come?
No.
The subjunctive?
That's not the subjunctive.
I don't think the syntax has been invented yet.
It would have had to have been.
Had to have had been. That can't be right.
They seem to want to help.
They seem to be out of their minds.
Odd, isn't it?
What's odd?
The fact that we sometimes...
Finish each other's sentences?
Exactly.
It would be odder if we didn't.
How do you suppose they manage that?
I'll get back to you after I figure out the floating city bit. Come on. Comstock House is up ahead. Can you open this?
It's a simple dual-dial lock. My book said most fools keep the combination no more than 20 feet away.
Let's hope we find one of those fools. Why are you so keen on lock-picking and code breaking?
If you put a person in a cage, they develop an interest in such things.
I suppose so.
And I won't be locked up again.
Fuck. Not again. Luckily he walks away.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you...
Promise me.
I will stop him.
That is an oath you cannot keep. But promise me that if it comes to it, you will not let him take me back.
It won't come to that. Alright?
After getting into the elevator, you are greeted by this log. He will explain to you.
Wonderful of you to make the journey, especially considering your painful death 19 years ago.
Lady Comstock.
The dress. The thing has mistaken me for my mother.
Your fingerprints do not seem to be your own today, Lady Comstock. Are you unwell?
This isn't going to work.
I think it can.
Your mother's dead, Elizabeth.
Yes. I think it's time I paid my respects. Let's head to where she's buried.
Now.
Sure thing.
It's your mother's grave.
They have her preserved in an airtight chamber. Her fingerprints will get us into Comstock House.
She's your
A
mother.
mother who abandons their child doesn't draw a lot of sympathy in my book.
Take a moment to think about what you're doing.
There. Will you open the door, or do I have to go in without you?
Elizabeth.
It's her. How are you, Mother? All locked up in there, huh? Looks like you and I have some common ground.
Let me do it.
No.
Let me do it.
You see, child, you chose to follow a false shepherd, and he has led you astray. What I do for love. What Brian does not cringe to see their coven pain, but spare the rod.
Can't do it.
If you won't listen to me, perhaps you will listen to your mother.
Elizabeth, are you alright?
Where did she
Just
go?
hold on, you need to rest for a minute.
No, I'm getting that hand.
Elizabeth, why is your mother a ghost?
She's not. He used me to power that device. He opened up some kind of tear.
Well, we have to fight her mother, aren't they?
I'm not ready for this.
She's dead. And fucking hell, how many times they show up?
Alive or dead?
Why do you ask what?
When the delicious question is when.
The only difference between past and present
Is semantics.
lives, lived, will live.
Dies, died, will die.
If we could perceive time as it truly was,
What reason would grammar professors have to get out of bed?
like us all, Lady Comstock exists across time.
She's both alive and dead.
She perceives being both.
He finds this condition disagreeable.
Perception without comprehension.
It's a dangerous combination.
Look. Footsteps.
She goes to unfinished business.
We have to follow her. Convince her to open the gate to Comstock House.
Once following the footsteps, they found a tear. Not once.
You are!
That's my mother.
I assure you, madam, my sexual interest in your dear prophet is non-existent.
And Madame Lutece.
Furthermore, the man is quite sterile. As am I. Come again, you little bastard! I want you out of my house!
Sterile.
They weren't my parents.
Then what were you to them?
A child that they decided to imprison. She deserved whatever Comstock did to her.
Not twice.
And if I do this sabotage, All their patents? All of them, Mr. Fink. Now, why does the Prophet want these two killed?
For the same reason Lady Comstock lies buried. Child.
And why does he want me to do it?
Because only you can make it seem an accident.
But 3 times in a row to find where she is.
But you two are dead. I took your funeral thing.
Yes, I made an absolute hash of it.
One doesn't expect a picture of its cause.
To come across so lifelessly.
So that we have to return to the Comstock house gate to fight with her again.
Daughter, and I hated you for not being my mother.
Come back to me. Take this thorn from my heart.
I owe you an apology. Comstock used me to bring you back, but I brought back a version of you from the reality that I had built up in my own head. He pretended to love you, like he pretended to love me.
Bastard child!
I am not your husband's bastard. I am his victim. My days of victimhood are done. We must forgive each other, because there's one far worse than you.
The Prophet killed me
because you wouldn't keep his secret about me.
If that's so, then why am I alive?
Not in this world. Maybe this is you in another world where you never meet him.
Or where I saved him.
I don't know. Is that possible?
Find out, child. Find out.
Thank you.
Then we finally at Comstock house. Finally we reach here after 20 fucking I don't know hours I spent on it. Oh yeah, the bird.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
Fuck. Elizabeth get caught, goes back to the journey where everything where we rescue her. Then this shit happens.
Just take me back to my tower. Please, please.
Some men dream of money.
What the?
Some men dream of love. My father dreamt of a flood of fire. We were given Eden, and we turned it into Sodom. Why do we deserve salvation? The Lord gave Noah a fish in the form of a flood, but he was not so easy on me. He said, "Prophet, I want you."
What is this place? What are you planning to do to me?
As you can see, Booker, the lunatics are running the asylum. They don't even listen to me anymore. All I can do is watch as what I set into motion slides into its terminal stage. It took all I had left in me just to bring you here.
Elizabeth, I don't understand. I heard you screaming. I was coming to get you. Are we...
Here. Take my hand. The seed of the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man. Say what you will about Comstock. He was a hell of a fortune teller. Wasn't the torture that broke me. Wasn't the indoctrination. It was time. Time rots everything, Booker. Even hope.
I was coming.
Songbird. He always stops you.
Yes, but I would find a way.
No. It's too late for me. I brought you here for your sake. Yours and hers. Here.
What is this?
It's for her. She'll know how to read it.
What does it say?
It's advice.
Advice on what?
How not to become me.
Then we have to rescue real Elizabeth.
Mr. DeWitt, what's the expression? Day late to the dollar short.
I gotta get in there. Maybe if I shut down those machines from upstairs. I got you, it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. You ready?
Just do it.
Here.
Help me with this.
I think someone meant for you to have this.
What is it?
Just read it.
Your dream of New York happens. It's me. I'm the one who...
She's given us a way to get past Songbird. We're gonna find an airship and we'll leave
Booker.
Paris, Elizabeth. Remember, you wanted to go
We're
to...
not leaving. We are going to find Comstock.
Why?
You saw what he turns me into. I will not allow that.
And so what, you're going to kill him?
This is where you start moralizing, Booker. You forget. I know you.
I'm not going to let you kill him.
Really? Booker? What are you going to do to stop me?
Not a damn thing. Because I'm gonna do it for you.
Comstock's
find the
zeppelin is
prophet.
outside. The hand of the prophet, he calls it.
When did you learn that?
I've been here for a while.
How long?
Long enough.
This chapter is by far the most hardest chapter after you defeat Comstock. But I just show you the cutscene first because this is where he died.
Stand back. I'm ending this.
Booker, no. This is between me and him.
You are walking into a trap.
I need to do this.
Come here, child. Oh, come on, I don't bite.
Nah, you bite. Wait till you see.
My, oh my, how you have grown.
Tell me, what am I?
Look at you, child. You're
Hey,
a mess.
let go of her.
Elizabeth, everything I've done to keep you safe.
Safe from what?
Seed of the prophet shall sit the throne and drown in flame the mountains of man. But the archangel revealed something else. Beware, prophet. Beware the false shepherd, Booker DeWitt, for he shall be as a wall between her and destiny.
Why?
DeWitt, I'm a fool. I've sent mighty armies to stop you. I've rained fire on you from above. I did all of that to keep you from her, when all I needed was to tell her the truth. Ask him, child. Ask him what happened to your finger. Ask DeWitt.
Let go of me.
Ask him.
Right
Ask
there,
the
right there,
false
right
shepherd.
there.
Tell her. Tell her, false shepherd. Tell her the truth.
My hand.
Tell her. Tell
Please
her
let
about
go.
her finger.
She's your daughter, you son of a bitch! And you abandoned her! Was it worth it? Huh? Did you get what you wanted?
Booker.
Tell me!
Booker.
Tell me!
It is finished.
Nothing is finished!
Booker.
You locked her up for her whole life!
Booker.
You cut off her finger, and you put it on me!
Booker, stop it! You killed him. What did he mean? Huh? You tell me, what did he mean about my finger?
That finger will explain at the ending. But you know I say about the nosebleed, it happened again. This is because he had an amnesia, which also in the ending.
Cage, what is that?
Now what?
What is she trying to tell us? Cage, I'm missing something.
They said they knew what was best for us.
Booker?
They said they knew what was coming next.
Booker!
Did you see this coming, old man?
Okay, we gotta
Did you
get
see
away.
this coming?
I think they mean to board us.
You ain't gonna place your daughter on the throne. We're gonna place her in our grave.
What are you doing?
We have to sing to him!
Sing to who? Elizabeth, stop it!
C-A-G-E! It's not a word, Booker! It's a song!
Shh, it's okay. I'm here. Will you help me?
I need you to protect me. Will you do it? Will you do this for me? Just this one last thing. Please. Go! Booker, he'll help us. We can use him against the Vox fleet.
So this is the hardest chapter, I tell you. I died several times and restart so many times because of this fucking meter right there. Fucking shit, let's do this! I fucking want to die, but I know the tactics already. You just have to take the sniper rifle and the bazooka in the beginning of the game so that you can fight with the enemy easier. Then afterward, you have to fight with the Patriot. You have to take the minigun and fucking kill them with behind the Patriot gear. It's called a gear. Then the most and the foremost, if you want to get the ammo, you have to use the bird first. If not, you probably will fail for sure. This is why the chapter needs the bird. Then after you get the full ammo, that's where you can use the bird to the zeppelin, because that zeppelin, you cannot destroy it without the bird. Man, that was the longest one. I don't understand the ending at all, but I show you the uncut dialogue so that you feel what is going on with this ending. Fuck, my voice broke.
Booker, come here.
What? What is it?
Look, you can use the songbird to bring the whole damn thing down. Destroy the siphon.
And that's what you want?
It's the only way we'll find the truth. Got my finger, Comstock, everything.
Tear it down. Tear it all down.
Whistler! Elizabeth! The bird, Elizabeth! I lost control. He's coming!
No, he isn't.
Where is he? Where is he?
It's okay. It's all right. I'm here. Just let go. There you go. There you go.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry. What is this place? Elizabeth?
It's a doorway. One of many. This way.
What do you mean it's a doorway? Where are you going?
Oh, come on. Yes, it's this way.
What Comstock said about your finger. Is there an answer here? Do you...
Down here. This is where we have to go.
Why? What is going on? Elizabeth, what do you mean this is a doorway?
I'll have to show you.
Probably gonna regret this. City at the bottom of the ocean. Ridiculous.
Look at that. Thousands of doors. Opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
The stars?
Come on. Come on, it's this way. Come on.
Are you going to open it?
It's no good. Damn it. I thought once we were here, I could fully control it. I thought...
What is that?
It's a key.
Where did it come from?
It's always been there. I just couldn't see it. See? Not stars. They're doors.
Doors to...
To everywhere. All that's left is the choosing.
What are all these lighthouses? Why are we... Who are...
There are a million worlds. All different and all similar. Constants and variables.
What?
There's always a lighthouse. There's always a man. There's always a city.
How do you know this?
I can see them through the doors. You, me, Columbia, Songbird. But sometimes, something's different. Yet the same.
Constants and variables.
Yes. Look.
It's us.
Not exactly. We swim in different oceans but land on the same shore. It always starts with a lighthouse.
I don't understand.
We don't need to. It'll happen all the same.
Why?
Because it does. Because it has. Because it will.
There's so many choices.
They all lead us to the same place. Where it started.
No one tells me where to go.
Booker. We've already been.
this place. I was here. It must have been 20 years ago, right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for...
Come on now, time's a-wasting.
Why were you here?
Are you ready to have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again? Take my hand.
No. No, I don't want to.
You already did, didn't you?
Are you ready to be born again?
I am.
Do you hate your sins?
I do.
Do you hate your wickedness?
Yes.
Do you want to clean the slate, leave behind all you were before, and be born again in the blood of the Lamb? Jesus, wash this man clean. Father, make him born again. Lord,
stop it.
What are you doing to it?
Get off me! Get off!
Son!
You didn't go through with
You
it.
think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done? Let's get out of here. Hey, these doors of yours, they're all tears, right? We'll open one up. Open one up to Paris. I want to be shut of all this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead!
No. He was here. This way.
What of my debts?
Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
This is the man who hired me to find you.
Really?
Yes. The girl for the debt. Wait, no, this is wrong. What is this? There was no baby. I remember. No, there was no baby, and if there was, I sure as hell wouldn't give it over to this guy.
Booker, you don't leave this room until you do.
DeWitt, time is running short. Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
Go ahead.
No.
You can wait as long as you want. Eventually, you'll give him what he wants.
How do you know all this?
I can see all the doors, and what's behind all the doors. And behind one of them, I see him.
Comstock. What choice do I have?
The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes you of all your sins.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Columbia to get you.
Booker, you're bleeding.
Oh. I remember. But I remember.
Now we've upset him.
I don't expect this next bit will do much for his mood.
Come on.
What are we doing here? Comstock's dead. We can just go on with our lives. You don't need
Dead?
to...
You mean like Chen Lin? Like Lady Comstock? No. He is alive in a million worlds. It's not over because the Prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
Hey! Hey, the deal's off, you hear me?
Unstable.
The deal is off! Give her back! Give her back!
Fine, are you mad?
Give her back, you son of a bitch!
It's ready! Go!
No! No!
Shut down the machine!
No!
Shut it
Anna!
down! Shut down the
Anna!
machine now! Do it!
Give me back my daughter! No! Anna? No. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anna, I'm sorry.
She's gone, Booker. Anna's gone. You shared this room with your regret for almost 20 years. Until one day, a man came to you and offered you a chance at redemption. chance for us to be together.
I told you it would work.
We already know it works. The question is, will he?
Anna. So sorry, Anna.
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance?
Should have.
Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Wipe away the debt. Bring us the girl. Wipe away the debt.
See? He's starting to put his story together.
Wipe away.
You're quite fond of this theory of yours.
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
Well, the brain adapts.
I should know. I lived it.
Booker, wake up. Booker, wake up. This is where it started.
I sold you. I sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Things get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go?
That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and I'll smother this son of a bitch in his crib.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I have to. It's the only way to undo what I've done to you.
Booker DeWitt, are you ready to be born again?
Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember.
Are you ready to leave behind all
You're
that
not-
has gone before? Wipe the slate clean.
Who are you?
You chose to walk away, but in other oceans, you didn't. You took the baptism. You were born again as a different man. It all has to end, to have never started. Not just in this world, but in all of ours.
Smother him in the crib.
Smother, 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 smother. Before the choice is made, before you are reborn.
And what name should you take, my son?
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No. I'm both.
Before you say my video is quite wrong because of some weird glitch, you are absolutely right. I don't know why is it, but my graphic card is fucking low, so maybe that's the problem. If you want my explanation and theory, I will explain to you without anyone help. It seems that Booker is Comstock and Elizabeth is Anna, which Booker always think about her. I actually already know that the baby is the Elizabeth because of her eyes. I see her eyes a lot, honestly. Then, since he find out the truth about because he sold her daughter, that's the problem. So maybe I want to watch the another person's explanation so that I can deeply understand it. In case if you don't know, Booker who do not know the somehow called rapture thing is actually in the first two games. So that's actually connected to first two Bioshock. Okay, that was definitely why it called Bioshock Infinite for sure. Even though I already explained it in the beginning. And The constant and variable thing, that actually makes sense now. Because of these three options that was not even impact the game whatsoever. So, in conclusion, the story 8 out of 10. It is too long and the ending is very confusing. So, the DLC. Is the DLC good? Bioshock Clash in the Cloud. Well, not really good. It's just a typical survival game. If you love combat, then this is a game for you. But Burial at Sea, is it work? It is literally Bioshock 3 because it is taking place in Rapture. I cannot show you the DLC because the game crashes every 5 minutes I play it, so sorry I cannot show it.
Where are the other vents?
Up ahead.
It's locked.
Looks like the plasma department is back that way. I'm sure we'd find something useful there.
This is a crash. Oh my gosh. I have the latest driver and it freaking crashed. So that's it. I cannot play this game. I want to talk about this story, but fuck it. I cannot play this. As far as I know the intro of the story, the girl wants him to find Sally, and she has the power of tear, just like the main game. So maybe she was Elizabeth. Looking back at the original game, does the gameplay good? Actually, there are a lot of combat. Actually, is good. But one of my favorite moments is the zappelin thing.
Can't get that door open unless someone takes that airship out.
Now, where'd you get that brand? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass, false shepherd?
Yeah!
Say nigger.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Bioshock Infinite has added 3 things. They added the shield, the infusion, the grappling hook, and something I like to call helper, because Elizabeth helps you when you progress the game. There are actually 2 after death animation in the game. One of it is with Elizabeth and one of it is without Elizabeth. So now, the final verdict. I give it 9 out of 10 because it's almost a masterpiece. Some of it is really bugging me, but some of it is really good. So that's it. But before I end this video, I want to talk about the remaster version, the good old remaster, because I love Bioshock 2. Great story. But anyway, is the remaster good? Well, sadly, most of the texture in Bioshock Remastered and Bioshock barely any difference at all. The only difference we can get is the frame rates drop by half. The fucking crash is getting worse.
Bioshock Remastered is a complete clusterfuck of disappointment. It is terrible. If I didn't get this game for free because I already owned Bioshock, I would be incredibly pissed off right now. First off, let's go ahead and go into the options. That's your graphical options. This is the only options you have. There is nothing here. I can't change anything. You have no choice for FOV. You'll have to do a workaround to make the FOV work properly. Let me show you where the game crashes on me. I've also noticed that there is a specific enemy that if I attack the specific enemy, it crashes the game. Whoa, there's the mouse sensitivity I was talking about. Let's see, I believe it's her. Yep, there we go. Game has crashed on me. Every time, 100%.
Possible to redeem the kind of things that we've done.
Redeem? I don't see much use in that.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.